You're about to take off. I wonder if you do this before you head out of town. 1 in 5 people do this before going on vacay. Is it clean their house, tell their neighbor they'll be gone, or buy snacks for the trip? A firefighter disobeyed a direct order, and the reason why I think is going to make you smile. When you've got a brain-busting problem you're working on, how to keep going even when it's tough. And it's true in the Bible. It says, train a child the way they should go, and when they grow up, they will not depart from it. A perfect example from an NFL quarterback. That's coming up on The Good News Show with Andy, where I'm all about putting a smile on your face and hope in your heart.
The Good News Show with Andy.
The number of the day is...
1 in 5 people do this before going on vacation. It is, they clean their house. I thought everyone did that because my family does. And as much as I don't like the extra work before I leave on a trip, man, after being in hotel rooms for a few days where you walk in and it's clean, it almost feels like a vacation continues when you come back to a clean home. Almost. Jesus didn't say, pick up your pillow. Wouldn't that be nice? Or just lay it down? He said, pick up your cross, which means there's going to be weight, struggle, days where you wonder if you can keep going. But in that very struggle, that's where strength is born. Every sacrifice, every prayer, every act of obedience, every time you say yes to God and no to the world, you're being shaped into someone that the old you wouldn't recognize. Jesus makes it really clear in God's word that the cross wasn't meant to make anyone comfortable. It was meant to make us faithful. And it looks like you've got a text from God. Chasing wealth can pull you away from me. It can destroy your life. Stay anchored in me instead.
I hope this story makes you smile today.
It's every parent's worst nightmare. Brittany stood outside watching firefighters battle a blaze, knowing her daughter was still trapped inside. Then came the order over the radio: evacuate. The building had become too dangerous. The firefighters began pulling back. But then one firefighter made a different decision. He raced into a neighboring apartment, ran out onto the balcony, climbed over to Brittany's balcony, and swung an axe through the sliding glass door. Moments later, he emerged carrying her daughter to safety. Alive.
You are awesome.
He used to dig through dumpsters to feed his addiction. Then he started rebuilding old computers with the parts he found instead. Now thousands of people have a computer because he changed his life. So James Burgett,
You are awesome.
you might be surprised by this, but Jesus talked in God's word a lot about faith. When someone had great faith, he'd say, you had great faith, or I haven't seen anyone like this that had this faith. And then it was interesting because that was someone that was not expected to have great faith. It was a Roman centurion. He was like this soldier guy, and he wasn't even a Jewish person. So people were shocked, like Jesus said that guy has great faith. And then Jesus' own disciples, when they were on a boat and it was stormy at night and they thought it was going to sink, Jesus was sleeping. They get Jesus like, what's going on? Jesus, you got to stop the storm. And he goes, you of little faith. And so I'm trying to noodle this around. So I don't have the answer. But my question to myself right now is, how can I have great faith and not have little faith? When you're doing work that's mentally exhausting, here's how to keep going and level up your life. Take short resets during demanding work instead of just waiting until your energy hits zero. Stepping away for even just a few minutes between intense tasks, it helps your brain actively recover its focus.
Giving help to a stranger, sharing with your neighbor, turning darkness into light, loving God and loving people right.
Every day, Del Cook helps families say goodbye. She owns a flower shop where sympathy arrangements are a part of everyday life. Then grief came to her own family. Her grandson, Army Sergeant Brent Cook, lost his life while serving in Iraq. Months later, she got a package. Inside was a hand-painted portrait of Brent. An artist had painted it by hand and mailed it to the family for free. She had never met Brent. She simply wanted families to have something beautiful to remember the people they loved. Del was so moved she couldn't just say thank you. She invited the whole town to help. They held a spaghetti dinner. And in just 2 hours, 400 neighbors showed up and raised more than $4,000. So the artist could paint portraits for even more Gold Star families. A painting became a meal. A meal became hope for families hundreds of miles away. And that's how to love God and love people. The good news about faith is you don't have to have it figured out. It's the same with prayer. Prayer is simply talking with God. There's a whole bunch of different ways to do it. But you can just start here with what could be the bravest prayer. Hey, God, I don't understand, but I trust you. If you're a parent and you feel like your hard work goes unnoticed, here's the quarterback for the Tennessee Titans talking about how he can get up at 4:30 every morning.
I'm just a big person on work. I've grown up, watched my dad wake up at 4:30 doing the job he didn't like. So if I can't wake up early and do what I need to do for a job I do like, I shouldn't be playing football. And that goes for everybody in the locker room. If you can't have the expectation for yourself that you want to be whether a good or a great player and want to put the work in, I just think that's how it should go. I just think good things only come to those who work.
There's this beautiful verse in God's word that says that we're supposed to seek the peace and the prosperity of the land that we're in. And I'll be honest, when I try to seek peace and prosperity, usually it's the prosperity part that I'm seeking, and there isn't a lot of peace in that. If you feel the same way, I hope this encourages you that nothing God produces is rushed. Not fruit, not seasons, not you. Hurry feels heavy because it isn't holy.
It's your daily dose of goodness with Andy.
Ever cry to God in frustration and just say, God, what do you want from me? Well, his word says this is what he requires: to act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly. Some people believe that God won't give them more than they can handle. But the truth is that God will help you handle all that you've been given. His word says that he is faithful. He won't allow you to be tempted beyond your abilities. He is your refuge and your strength. And though you walk through the darkest valley, you have nothing to fear. It's the hardest job you'll ever do, and you never really get to retire from it. It's being a parent. You know, God gets that too. So I really believe this, that he will just have your kids say just the most ridiculous things that make you smile. So my middle child, Ezra, was so frustrated in sharing his magnet tiles with his sister, Hadessa, that he comes up to me and he's huffing and puffing. He's really emotional about it. He goes, Dad, in all seriousness, he said this. He goes, I am so tired of sharing with my sister. Can't we give her to an orphanage or something?